Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is doing well. Today's video, I'm going to do a full face of new high-end luxuries from Sephora makeup, and it's the makeup that I've showed you in a previous haul. So I have some new foundation or skin tint, a new concealer, Tom Ford for my eyes. This is going to be exciting. I have more Natasha Denona. So yeah, I have a bunch of new products here I'm excited to try. So if you're new to my channel, I would love for you to subscribe. You mean so much to me. Now let's get right into the video. Let's start with primer. For primer, I already have a sunscreen, but I'm going to use the Glow Recipe Watermelon Niacinamide Dew Drops. And I'm just going to add a couple to my face because I know that this works really good with foundations. So now moving right along, I'm going to go into this new skin tint. And look at the bottle. It's just so beautiful. I love how it goes from the pink to the actual foundation the skin tint shade. This is the Beauty Blender Bounce Skin Tint. And I got mine in the shade Light 4. This is made in Italy. It says shake before use and apply with a damp beauty blender, layering as desired. Now I'm gonna apply it with an actual foundation brush, and then I'm gonna go into a beauty sponge. Oh, if you're wondering what I'm wearing on my eyebrows, I used both Glossier products. This is the Brow Flick and this is the Boy Brow, and they're both in the shade brown. These are great products. Now let's apply it. Now this one comes with a pipette, and it's like this, kind of like that L'Oreal Skin Tint or Serum Foundation. I don't know how much to use, but let's start with this. And I'm gonna use my Merit foundation brush. Ooh, this is a nice match as well. Beautiful. Now remember, this is a skin tint, so it's not a foundation. It's lighter than a foundation, but it looks like it provides beautiful coverage. And as usual, make sure you stay tuned till the end, where I'll give you my final thoughts and let you know how everything wore on my face and whether I recommend them or not. Let me go in with my beauty blender, push everything in, and this is buildable, so you can add more in the spots you want. So let's build it up here. And I'm gonna build it in with the beauty blender now. Actually, this is not a beauty blender, this is a Morphe Beauty sponge. Wow, this looks stunning. So look at the foundation. What do you guys think? It's covered the face. It covered the face very nicely, and it leaves a beautiful, dewy, glowy, healthy looking skin by Beauty Blender. This looks so beautiful on the face, and it feels like I have absolutely nothing on my face. Next, let's move right along and use the concealer. So this is the Nars Concealer. This is in the shade Light 1. And I heard great things on this concealer. Now let's see, how do we apply this? This is a soft matte concealer. So I'm going to use the brush by Selena Gomez. I'm gonna dip gently. It's very consistent, like the consistency is pretty thick. So it looks like you don't pick up anything on the brush, but when you apply it, you can see right away. Look at that. And I love that this is lighter than my skin. I really wanted this concealer for a long time. So this is my second time trying it, and it has not settled in any of my fine lines, but it is very brightening. Look how brightening that looks, and it's a matte concealer, and the funny thing is that it leaves your under eye area very hydrating looking and not drying, what a matte concealer would normally do, right? I like it that it's in a cream version, so it's kind of like the MAC paint pot, and it doesn't have that liquid and the messiness that comes with liquid ones, but I still have my favorite liquid concealers as well. I'm gonna use my favorite under eye powder. This is my Pat McGrath, so nothing new there. Now let's move right along with bronzer. Now this is the Nudestix Terracotta 10 bronzer, and this is supposed to be an all over the face bronze color. It says it's a multi-stick, so you can use it on your face, on your eyes, and your lips. Ooh, I wonder if I should use it on the lips today. So on one side you have the cute brush it comes with. I wonder if you can disconnect this. Yes, so you can actually unscrew it, take it off, and wash it. I love when brands do that. And there's nothing on the top here, because you can actually wash your brush without damaging your product. And here's the product. So here it is swatched for you, and then if you blend it, just looks so beautiful. So let's apply it to the face. It looks more on the red side, but we'll see when we blend it. So let's start with this amount first, and I'm gonna use this brush in the beginning and see how it goes. Okay, so the brush is more on the stiffer side, so I would suggest to use your own favorite brushes. I guess that brush is good for emergency. So I'm gonna use a Co Beauty slanted thicker brush and blend everything in. So it does blend quite nicely, and it gives it that nice sunburned look. So it does look more on the red side, but when you blend it, it looks really nice actually. And I like that you can use this as a blush as well and for your lips. So I think today we might use it on the lips because I have another blush I want to try. So I want to add a tiny bit more, so I'm going to use my brush and kind of do a swipe and add here a little bit more. Definitely loving the shade actually. It looks intimidating at first, like reddish, but once you blend it out, it looks pretty. Okay, so it's a very nice, healthy looking, you know, kind of sunburned type of bronzer. Love it, by Nudestix. Let's go in with the Natasha Denona Love Cheek Duo. And this is this one right here. But look at this. Look at that beautiful highlighter. It looks like a nice champagne, but when you turn it, it gives it a nice pinkish shade. Do you see that? From white to pink. Looks more like a, I don't know, cream to powder. Ooh, that's intense. Cream to powder blush. See, that's a lot. So I think I'm gonna apply this with a beauty blender. Let's try and see. Because I don't want, this is more on the pinkish side, and I don't want too much pink on the face. Look at that. That looks pretty. So I suggest to apply this with a dampened sponge because it kind of makes the product melt into your cheek a little bit better, and it also takes away from that really sharp pink if you were to apply it with a brush. Wow. And it just gives it, looks like it just gives it a very nice glow on the face when you apply it with a beauty blender. So that's nice. What do you guys think? I love the complexion. And now let's go into this highlighter. So for that, I'm just going to use a Moda Pro Glow brush. Ooh. That is a beautiful highlight. And I love that it has the pink shift in it because it really matches with this blush really well. So what I suggest is best to do, which I didn't do, is you apply the highlighter first. Look at that. And then you go in with the blush. So we can go in back with the blush and kind of melt them together. And I think that looks more natural. You guys see the nice glow and highlight? Beautiful palette. You can't go wrong with Natasha Denona for sure. Now let's set the face, and for that I have the Makeup Forever HD powder, and mine is in the shade 1 Vanilla. Now Do you guys know how to use this? Like, it comes with this thing that you take off, right? Then those are the holes, but don't you guys have problem, oops, getting the powder out? Like, I don't understand how to get this powder out because it seems like it comes all over the place, and it comes with this powder puff. So I'm just gonna put my powder puff in it and then just slightly press it onto the skin. And I'm gonna do one side and kind of show you how beautiful the skin looks. Now this is again made one of my top favorite powders because the complexion, look at this, it's just basically HD. So here is up close. You can still see that this is more glowy. If you want more of an HD mattifying look and you still have that glowiness shining through, then this powder is what you need. And I have dry skin, and this powder does not settle into my fine lines, and it does not dry my skin. It feels like it makes my skin feel like satin. I just love it so much. And now we can move on to eyes. Now for eyes, I have this beautiful Tom Ford duo. So the top one is the beautiful gold glitter shade, and the bottom one, which is quite intimidating, is this black mousse-like consistency shade. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. I want something smoky, but I'm scared. So let's try it. I'm gonna grab a small flat brush like this, and I'm gonna dip into this black. It's scary. I'm gonna apply this on the eyelid, and then we're gonna blend it. Like, I've never done a black eyelid before. So you can have two options. You can either smoke up your eye with this black and then apply the gold shimmers on top, or the other option is to apply the gold shimmer over the empty eyelid and use this mousse type consistency black and create a nice liner. So let's go ahead and blend this now. Okay, so when you blend it, it turns into this grayish shade. So it's good because if you don't like it too smoky, you can use this. It's actually not as intimidating on the eye as it looks in the actual pot, but let's add more. Why not, right? It seems to be drying very nicely. Ooh, okay, now it looks intimidating when you add more. I'm gonna make sure I don't close my eyelid. I don't want it to get above the crease. This looks interesting. It looks very interesting. So what I've noticed right away is when you blend it, it actually picks up off of your eyelid. Let me use a bigger flat brush so that we can cover more land here on the eyelid. So the trick is now to just kind of diffuse it up here and not make it look like so sharp. I'm gonna go into this terracotta bronzer and use a small fluffy brush and go on it and kind of diffuse this sharp line here at the top. So this kind of helps diffuse the sharp line up there that we created. This is pretty. And now I want to use the same black and put it on the bottom lash line here. And I'm going to use like a pencil brush, which is more of this thicker pencil brush, and smoke it out. And I'm going to go into the bronzer Nudestix and add this lower than the black line that we created to kind of tie in all the colors together. What do you guys think? You guys see the difference? How this eye looks? It doesn't feel heavy on the eye, and it doesn't feel wet. It doesn't feel dry. It doesn't feel like it's settled in your crease line. It feels beautiful. So let's go ahead and play with the gold shimmers now. So I'm gonna add some of this gold shimmer. It's more of a drying formula, so it's not a creamy gold shimmer, but it looks beautiful. And add this in the inner corner for now and see how we're gonna stretch it out or not. Like, I kind of want to stop in the middle. I don't want to put it all over the eyelid. I want to leave that black outer corner. Like, if I close my eyes, you guys see gold to green shift. Let me bring you in closer so you guys can see. You see this? It's so stunning. I love that gold shimmer and a nice black. And you can use your highlighter. So I'm going to go into this Natasha Denona highlighter. I'm going to use another Moda pencil brush like this and add this in the inner corner here. And you can also add it underneath your brow bone. Okay, what do you guys think? So I'm gonna catch this eye up to speed and I'll be right back to finish the face. Okay, so here are the eyes up close. They're all finished and I think that they turned out really good. What do you guys think? I would love to hear your thoughts. Now, I applied mascara as well. For mascara, I just used my regular Essence Lash Mascara. Nothing new here, so that's why I did not show this mascara. And for my waterline, I use this gel Colourpop in the shade Black. It's just a simple liner and I just wanted to fill that waterline up so that it kind of matches with the underneath as well and make it a little bit more smoky. So let's apply the lips. Now for the lips, I'm gonna use this Nudestix terracotta shade as well. And I'm gonna use a lip brush. So I love how it looks. Let's line up the lips first and then we are going to continue applying that. Lippie pencil in the shade And here are the lips. What do you guys think? I think that the look turned out so good. I am so happy. This is the final look. I would love to hear your comments down below. Let me know down below what was your favorite product. If you enjoyed something more than other, I would love to hear what you guys think of this eye look. So let's get into what I think. So let's start with this. Probably one of my most favorites in this video is this Nudestix bronzer in the shade Terracotta. It's a multi-stick that you can use on your face, on your eyes and lips. And I've used it today on all three so I can show you how versatile this product is. You can definitely build in the bronzer on your face. I wanted something subtle because I knew that the eyes will be very heavy in today's video, and I loved how it applied on the actual eyelid. So simple, it blended beautifully and it gave that nice bronzy color on the eyelid. I love the shade, how it looks on the lips. This nude brown, chocolate caramel brown. It looks so beautiful on the lips and I love it. It's very smoothing, it's not caking. It's just a wonderful multi-stick that I definitely recommend for you to have in your collection. On the other end, as you saw, it comes with a brush. This brush actually disconnects and you can wash it. Now, I don't recommend using this brush. This is good to have as an emergency. If it's too small, it's very dense, and it takes a bit longer to blend. That's the only reason I don't recommend it. So this is a wonderful product. Moving right along, let's move on with the skin tint. Now, this is another favorite in this video. I'm having a lot of favorites in this video because this skin tint by Beauty Blender. This is the Beauty Blender Bounce Skin Tint in the shade Light 4. I just love how it sits on the face. You can wear it without powder for a more glowy, hydrating look. You can add powder on top and you still have that glow coming through if you have the right powder, which we're going to get to next. And it's actually a very healthy looking skin tint, and I just love how it applied and how it did not settle into any of my fine lines and how it's just hydrating the skin. Beautiful. Now let's move on to powder. Now this HD by Makeup Forever in the shade 1 Vanilla Powder. It is on my top list with my other favorite powders. I have dry skin, so I don't really like using powder all over the face. If I do use powder, I use it in the T-zone and around my mouth where I have the mask so that the makeup lasts longer. But since I got this powder, I love to use it all over the face. Again, this is made in Italy. You get a lot of product here. My only downside is that I don't know how to get the powder out so that I can get more on my puff. And it comes this beautiful Makeup Forever powder puff. If anyone knows, do I shake it? I try shaking it, but if I shake it with the top open, a lot of powder comes out. If I go this way and then I get the top out, the powder is not out because of the lid actually pushes through those holes and doesn't let the powder come out. Anyone know how to actually get more powder out so that I can use more? It's not a big deal to me because I can just shake it loosely and get little by little, but maybe I'm doing something wrong. So I would love to hear from you guys. Definitely recommend this one. Now you guys know I love my Glow Recipe Niacinamide Glow Drops. This is beautiful before you apply your foundation for a more hydrating skin. Moving right along to concealer. Now let me get my mirror. I've been filming this video. The concealer has not creased at all in my fine lines under my eyes. My under eye area looks very brightened. It looks very hydrating. It just looks beautiful. I just love it. I'm definitely going to be using this a lot. I love that it's a cream type of pot product in here, kind of like the MAC paint pot. This is a beautiful product to have, easy to travel with, easy to use, beginner friendly, good for dry skin, good for oily skin. It has a lot of great benefits. So I'm definitely recommending the Nars Concealer. Mine is in the shade Light 1, and you get a lot of product in here. A little goes a long way. Now let's move on to the Natasha Denona Love Cheek Duo Palette. I love this palette. I love the highlighter. It is very subtle. It's not chunky. There's no chunky glitters in it. It's very interesting that this is a cream to powder product in here, this blush. I only wish that this was more on the peach side. I don't like pink blushes that much, but I think that this pink blush applied with a beauty blender or a dampened wet sponge applies beautifully on the skin and gives it that nice natural glowy, a little bit of tint on your cheeks, so it's not very intense pink unless you build it up if you prefer more. And the highlighter is just beautiful in combination with this blush, because you can see the shift from white or champagne to pink, which matches very good with the pink blush. So loving this palette, and I love the packaging. Look at that. Moving right along, for brows, I don't need to say much. You guys know I love my Glossier brow products. I think they work great. Now for the Tom Ford. Now this was on sale. I think it was 80 Canadian or 100 to $40 Canadian. That's why I picked this up. And this is a cream and powder eye color in the shade 13 Black Sand. So on the top you have the beautiful shimmer, the gold shimmer, that when you apply it on top of the black and you close your eyes and move, it kind of has a nice shift of green sparkle. I love this shade so much. Now this mousse, black mousse consistency, has, you cannot see it, but when you apply it on the eye, it has a tiny amount of sparkles in that black. It looks very intimidating here. However, when you apply it on the eye, apply little by little, and you slowly build it up, and don't be afraid to use it all over the eyelid. I wanted something smoky. I wanted something more sophisticated today than just a empty eyelid with gold shimmer and black eyeliner. I wanted to show you that you can use this and not be afraid to put it all over the eyelid and then add the shimmers. Those are my thoughts. I recommend absolutely every product in this video. Every product performed beautifully. I love each and every one of them, and I think that the complexion and the eye look and the lips, everything turned out really good. So I would love to hear your thoughts down below, what you guys think. Do you love this look? Do you love this products? What's your favorite product in this video? Let's have a conversation down below. I would love to hear from you guys. If you're new to my channel, I would love for you to subscribe. It would mean so much to me. I wish you all a wonderful day. Don't forget to always be yourself, and I can't wait to see you in my next one. Love you guys. Bye.